And Dustin, I do believe you'll be able to still let people in as we're going. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I'm recording, and I am. We are good to go. All right. Everyone, this is the K12 Esports League Fall Season 2024 Banquet Awards Ceremony. Before we get started here, I just want to shout out each and every single one of the players that did participate with us this season. Shout out to all of our coaches and coordinators. Without them, y'all would not be able to play. I would not be able to be doing this for everyone. So, number one, shout out to you. But also shout out to your coaches, your coordinators, any sort of staff or admin that do help. They make this possible. And so, with that being said, let's get into things today. We're going to start with some quick stats from the season. Now, my conspirator, my right hand could not be here today, Cameron, but he did help me just a little bit run all 587 games across all 5 games that we do offer here at the K12 Esports League. Most of that was me, so I'm super, super proud and happy to say that we were able to successfully run 587 games throughout this fall season, which is just a nutty stat there. We did have 30 schools participate with us, and so far, players have been awarded scholarships, and that number is 12. So some of those players were awarded scholarships from multiple colleges, but the amount of players that have been awarded scholarships thus far is 12, and that is one of the things that I'm most proud of for sure, being a part of this K12 Esports League. So, super, super proud of each and every single one of those players. And I did forget to mention before I get started, we are going to keep this banquet fun, happy, hyped. All right. So in the chat, we're going to be hyped for everyone, claps all around, and we're going to have a really good time today. All right. So let's continue moving forward here. Next, we have our season placements. So I want to shout out every single team that made the top 3 for all of the games that we do offer. So first up, we do have Valorant. And Valorant, shout out to the Vava Bees IWNL team. First time that they were able to take the Valorant season in quite a while. And I watched that VOD back from the Vava stream. And man, what an intense series that was between the second place team, Wava Orcas team 1, and the Vava Bees that did end up taking this Valorant season. And third place this year for Valorant for the fall is Kava. Next up, we got Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Super Smash Bros. Was a fun one to run this season. I'm super glad that we have been offering it this season and last season. We're going to continue to offer it going into the springtime. And so, without further ado, here we go. First place, Idaho's Zynerx, whose Terry is unimaginably good. Second place goes to Kava. It's Apache on that Rob. And then third place was MGLVA Surges G7X3, who unfortunately I was not able to cash on stream at all through the playoffs. But from what I know, that player is disgusting. So moving forward here, Rocket League. For our varsity league, again, Vava. The Vava Bees coming through, taking that first place over, once again, second place, the Wava Orcas, and third place, Kava. This was not a copy and paste from Valorant. This is exactly how it played out. So, good job to both of those, all 3 of those teams for not only being super good in Valorant, but super good in Rocket League as well. Now, our Open League. Shout out INGDA. Man, they had 3 teams in the Open League, and all 3 did qualify for playoffs. But here's how the top 3 broke down. INGDA team number 1 did take first place over second place, the IAVA Hawks team, which were really good in our Open League. And then third place was that INGDA number 2 team. Next up, we have chess. So, chess, this playoffs, this season, we had close to 70 players, I believe, in chess. And so, with that being said, I kind of made the call, and it worked out really great to do 2 brackets for chess for the playoffs. We had our top 16 players in the yellow bracket and our top 17 through 32 in the blue bracket. And so, this is how these 2 brackets did end up playing out. For the yellow bracket, we have first place DG_checkmate from Kava. For those of you that are chess players, you'll know this player better as JC the Great. they did end up changing their name. So shout out to you, JC. New name, DJ underscore checkmate. Got that first place. Second place, also from Kava, was Dr. Evilman 12. And then third place, taking the victory for the third, fourth place match over their brother, actually, was Murray the First from OHVA. So that, again, was our top 16 players. Now our 17th through 32 players in chess. That bracket played out as so. First place, terrible chess player from OHVA. Now, real quick, before I move on, terrible chess player, your name does not match how good you are at chess. All right? You're incredible. Second place from the MVCA Blaze is Piper BJH. And then third place from the Wava Orcas, Daniel A. Shout out to all 6 of the players here on screen. Moving forward, Fortnite. We do have our official, let me actually go back real quick. Our official first time everyone is seeing this for Fortnite, since we did just wrap last night and it took me a little bit to do all the maths and double check some things, but these are our official standings, our top 3 for varsity and open. So first place, varsity. Wava Orcas team number 1 went crazy the entire playoffs. Absolutely unreal how good that whole squad is. Second place, NCVA, and third place, the Lavka Pelicans. Super, super tight there for second, third, and fourth place. It was really, really, really close. Moving forward, for our open league. First place was the Kava team number 1. Second place, Tiva coming in hot. And then third place was the Lavka Pelicans green team. Last but not least, that was our last game. So moving on to the MVP awards now. Before I get into these, you all helped me choose and nominate the players that are winning these MVP awards, but I also took a little bit of what I know from y'all and from what we were able to stream into consideration here. So nominations and then a little bit of what I know for these MVP awards. So moving right into it. First one, Valorant MVP award from none other than the Vava Bees is Stats, who on that breach, that game number 1, went absolutely nuts in the grand finals. So shout out to you, Stats. You're an incredible Valorant player. Some honorable mentions for Valorant, because even though Stats was our MVP, there are a couple more players that I do want to shout out, not only for Valorant, but for all of the games as well. So honorable mentions here, MVP for Valorant. We had Foster from the Wava Orcas. Man, Foster, I feel like I'm going to say your name so much this banquet, and I have in all the other banquets before as well. From the Kava Bears, we have the Domo, who is nuts on Valorant, can tap heads like crazy. And then lastly, for our honorable mentions here, K12 PEA Wolves, TJ, who I do believe this is their first season competing with us, but is the top fragger for that team. So shout outs to you, TJ. Absolutely disgusting on the map. Next up, MVP award. So for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in chess, it is hard not to give that MVP award to the first place winner, right? So none other than Zynerx from Idaho on that Terry taking the MVP award. I do believe that they went flawless through the regular season and flawless, of course, through playoffs. So flawless season fully for Zynerx, and just big shout out to you. You're a great Terry player. Definitely impressed Cameron, who is our resident Smash Bros. Kind of knowledge here at the K12 Esports League. So some honorable mentions now for Super Smash. We had It's Apache from Kava on that Rob. It's Apache, DJ Danger. You have gotten second place twice in a row now. That first place is coming. I can feel it. But we'll just have to see how the the spring season does break down. 2 players from the MG LVA Surge as well here for honorable mentions. We have Demon Bane and G7X3, who also had incredible regular seasons. Rocket League. Now, this player for Rocket League has been competing with us for quite a while. They are disgusting. So good with their aerials, so good with their ball placement. We have Blurry from the Vava Bees. Blurry, if you're here, shout out to you. I can't believe how good you are at Rocket League. All right, some honorable mentions now for Rocket League. We do have from the Wava Orcas, Haroon Boone, from Kava, Vacua Umbra, and then crazy developments did happen in the Rocket League bracket here for playoffs. Reactive from MGLVA Surge and that team were able to take out spring season 2024 winners OHVA in that round number 1. So shout out to you, Reactive. Shout out to MGLVA Surge. I know that OHVA is going to come back with a fire in the spring season. Moving forward, chess. Again, solo game, so it's hard not to give this MVP award to DJ underscore checkmate or JC to great. Man, I believe that DG underscore checkmate also got and had themselves a flawless season and a flawless playoff. So not even dropping a game, which is just insane. Some honorable mentions now for chess. From OHVA, we have Marie the First. From ISWA, we have Triton, and then from MGLVA, who took care of this player, but he actually goes to tops. Is I'm gonna butcher this name here, but I'm gonna give it my best shot. Wherever We're Evan. They came in late into the season and right away made an impact. So had to give mention out to this player here from Tops, who is taken care of by MGLVA. But moving forward, Fortnite MVP award, big one here. It's going to Jax FV from the Wava Orcas. Jax on the Fortnite map just pushes. Their momentum is crazy. The pace that they play is crazy. They don't miss any shots. Their builds are nuts. The edits are on point. Jax, shout out to you. I couldn't be that good at Fortnite even if I played 10 hours a day. So now, for honorable mentions for Fortnite, we actually have 2 slides because there were so many great players that we do have in the K12 Esports League for Fortnite. So first off, we have I want to shout out the rest of the Wobble One team. That's Bat Bear Jam, Jam FV, shoots, why am I forgetting everybody's name now? Exos, the whole squad for Wava, that Wava One team. Disgusting. Y'all's team play is incredible. But moving forward, Johnny Goldspass from NCVA, absolutely incredible player. Really impressed me throughout the playoffs here. Is Cavern from Lavka as well. And then the next slide, we got a few more. Elite Nate from Kava. D1 Striker from the K12 PEA Bigs Birds, and then I accidentally switched those 2 up, but Billionaire 2222 from Arva. Now, this player, the last game of our playoffs, was a solo. Their 2 teammates dropped really early in the game, and they lasted all the way to, I think, 4th place or 5th place in the placements there for that last lobby. So Billionaire, that was incredible. I had to shout you out here. That was great play to survive that long by yourself. All right, individual awards. So the title does say individual awards, but unlike previous banquets, I was only awarding one person each of these awards. But honestly, there are so many of you that do deserve this award that there are multiple people earning all of these. And again, these are taken mostly from the nomination form and then a little bit from what I know of how incredible each and every single one of you are. So getting right into it, the most improved award throughout the season, throughout the last couple weeks, these players not only got better at the games that they were playing, but also got better with their teams, better with their coaches, all sorts of things along those lines. So the most improved awards do go to Def Blitz 857 from Arva, Tiny Boo from Wava, Speedy Tortoise from HFAM, which probably one of my favorite names of all the players that do compete with us here at the K12 Esports League. Finny from Vava, Magma from OHVA. I'm pretty sure this is Galilei R from Tiva, Street Samurai number 2, and ML Drew from MGLVA Serve. Zamari 2 times or Prince Mari, depends on what they're playing on, what their name is, but that player, and Triton from the ISWA Eagles, Brandolin 42 from the OOS Yetis, is Cavern once again from Lavka, and really funny one here. INGDA, they have a head coach and then some supporting coaches. The head coach did shout out Coach Jung from INGDA. So as a coach, they were most improved here, got better as a coach throughout the season. So shout out to you, Coach Jung. Best Sportsmanship Award. This should go without saying, but our K12 Esports League and all of you players should be held to the absolute maximum of sportsmanship, of competitive integrity, all those sorts of things. And so, Best Sportsmanship Awards do go to quite a few players. So I'm just gonna bust them out here. Eli the chess guy from HBAM, from OHVA, Murray the First and It's Blue Pelt, Vava's Freezer, from ISWA. Three players deserved this one here this year. Yoshi Boy, Ninja Tricks, and Gavin Dennis. From MGLVA Surge, G7X3, and Reactive. Lavka Pelicans, Gaming Boy Nola, the OOS Yetis Goofy Monster. From Kava, we got Dream Angels. From INGDA, VLT Mono Plays. Two players from Wava, Meanie Panini, and Hiram. Doom Duck from K12 Private Esports Alliance. I'm not even going to try that name there from INGDA. IHYR3V. Drip Eddie and Super Deku from Tiva. So thank you all for being great sportsmen. Always saying GGs after your games and things along those lines. It's super important that not only we have a really competitive esports league, but we also have a very friendly esports league. And all of these players here do help us achieve that goal. Next up, our Above and Beyond Award. Again, this should go without saying, but the Above and Beyond Award goes to any player that does it all, not only in game, but also out of game. They're there helping their teammates. They are communicating not only with their teammates, but also with their coach, and they do it all for their team. So, Above and Beyond Awards go to, again, quite a few players. I'm going to bust them out. Just Liam from OHVA, Tiva's Wish, Soul Snatcher from MGLVA, Eminent Shadow from INGDA. That's a cool name as well. HBAM's Pikachu Rapper, Lavka's Walrus. I love that name too. Arva's Lilo and Stitch, Wava's Sketch Pro, ISWA's Yoshi Boy, G7 from MGLVA, Kava's Dream Angel, Mono Plays once again from INGDA. Foster, I told you I was going to say your name a couple times this banquet. Foster from Wava, Gamer Quack from Vava, Mad Zyme from the K12 PEA Wolves, and last but not least, the OOS Yetis Sage. Shout out to each and every single one of you going above and beyond and achieving and earning this award is very, very important, and it should be special because it shows that, again, you not only put your all out in game, but also out of game. Next up, we got our Stellar Supporter Award. And so with this one, it's pretty similar to the Above and Beyond Award, but more along the lines of just being a great teammate, supporting always, even in those solo games, being a great practice partner, things along those lines. So the Stellar Supporter Award does go to Wava's Jax, Arva's Death Blitz, Vava B's Finny, from the Surge at MGLVA, Street Samurai 2, and Little Mikey, Kava's Spooky, Christian S from the MBCA Blaze, I believe it's Orshborg from ISWA Eagles, Love Alley from the Wolves again, Tiva's Dino Nuggy from OHVA. We had Mandy Shorty Hope, who I believe won this award last banquet as well. So still always being a stellar supporter. Shout out to you, Mandy. Hannah Klein from OHVA as well. Lavka Pelican, Sir Spongy. From Idaho, we got Waya 722, Vava B's Snack Size, Oreo Potato from the OOY Yetis. And last but not least for this award here is HVAM's Mr. Jawash. We are an esports league, and most of that means that you are playing on a team. And even in those solo games, you do have teammates where you can practice with them. And so, being a great stellar supporter for your team is super, super important. And again, shout out to each and every single one of you. I skipped past that there. Legacy Awards. All right, this is a big one here, and I know for a fact that I have missed maybe a few or quite a few of y'all in this one, but with who is getting this award here today and is in this presentation, I was let known by the coach through that nomination form. If you were missed, we do apologize greatly, but I know that there are quite a few of you that have been here for 3+ years and have been competing with us. And so if you're missed here, I apologize. Just know that I know and I appreciate you. So moving forward, Legacy Awards. Again, like I said, a lot. ISWA Streeton, Arva, Billionaire 2222, Wava. I know I'm missing a few of you. Foster, Shutter, Replay, Jax, Inception, Bat Bear Jam, Vava's Blurry, Gamer Quack, Maxine, Mad Max. I think you're the same player. And Yuki, Tiva. I'm pretty sure I'm missing a few from you as well. But Drip Eddie, Lavka had I Am the Walrus, It's Average, and Is Cavern. Almost all of their Fortnite team are legacy players here. From MGLVA, I did have a Demon Bane, G7, and Reactive Adol. Kava, I know I'm missing quite a few from the Valorant team. I just was not sure who to put in here, and I didn't want to make any mistakes. So from Kava, we got Spooky, Haroon Boone, and Elite Nate. I missed the end there. Sorry, Nate. From MVCA, we got Maine, Smiley, and Billy Bob Gaming 7. That's a funny name. OHBA, we got Murray the 1st, Murray the 2nd, and Clouds 3008. INGDA's Mono Plays, Idaho's Puppy Pug, Waya, and the Pro PK. And then last but not least, for this Legacy Award here today, we had 757 Sage from the OOY Yetis. Next up here, our last category today is the School Awards. And so before I get into it, one more time, I got to shout out this whole K12 Esports League, what we do, the fact that we get to play video games at a competitive level for your school is not possible without the schools themselves and the incredible coaches, admin, staff members that help me run this. And so as we get into these school awards, I just want y'all to keep in mind how incredibly awesome all of your coaches and coordinators are. But first one here for school awards. And again, we're doing multiple because so many schools do deserve this award. So GG Awards. This is a team that no matter what, you always had a great time playing against, and was just always a fun match. So for the GG Awards, we have the MGLVA Surge, NCVA, Kava, INGDA, Vava, of course, our winners in both Rocket League and Valorant, Lavka, Wava Orcas, and then the OOY Yetis once again. Moving forward, next award is Scrim Partners, which could be pretty similar to GG award, but I think the big difference here is these people, these teams always give you a run for your money. It's always a tight match, and they would be incredible if they are not already practice partners. So Scrim Partner Awards, we got quite a few here. The Wava Orcas, NCVA, Kava, MGLVA Surge, OOY Yetis, Kodka, Idaho, which is IDVA and ITCA, OHVA, and then LAVCA, Louisiana Virtual Charter Academy. We're almost finished here, everyone. But this is one that I add in for myself. It is not on the nomination form, but Most Improved School awards. These go to schools that I noticed throughout the regular season are just getting better and better at the games they do participate in, and I just need to make sure that they do get shouted out. Even though they may not have won anything this season, they are getting so much better and are making their way to inching towards that top 3 and potentially taking a spot next season. So for our Most Improved School Awards today, we do have IQLA, which is the IQ Academy California Los Angeles, and then MVCA Blaze, the Michigan Virtual Charter Academy. Y'all impressed me throughout the regular season with the way that you improved each and every week at the games that you are playing. So shout out to all of y'all. Now, I'm going to do some coach shout outs here, and I have a lot. So it's going to be a few minutes, and I'm going to take a quick drink of water. Once again, this league is not possible without your incredible coaches. And so I want to take a few minutes to shout out each and every single one of them. And so here we go. This is our list of incredible people that helped me make this possible. All right. It is quite a few. And while I'm here on this slide, I just want to say to the coaches specifically, it is a pleasure bringing this to you, and it is an absolute pleasure working with you all week over week. I appreciate all of y'all's input. I appreciate your patience sometimes with me, and I appreciate you all taking care of your students and your players to the extent that you do. Y'all's passion excites me, and I'm so appreciative of it. And so, shout out to all of y'all. I'm gonna run down the list and give a little note on quite a few of everybody. So Arva, Coach Gibson or Coach Ab, you are incredible, man. I know that you don't have too many players in our league, but you take such great care of your students. Kava's Coach Ruggles and Brandon, who Monique Brandon is a brand new coach this season, seemed to really help out Coach Ruggles on some of those responsibilities. Kava, you all are an incredible team. Kodka, Coach Nicolette Vandalinder. I know most of these coaches by their first names, but so Coach Nicolette, Coach Shaw, and Coach Farnick, you guys run a very tight ship, and it always impresses me to see how well y'all do, and that you really don't ever have any sort of issues or anything happen in game. So shout out to y'all. The IAVA Hawks coach Bryce. I'm not even gonna try your last name, Bryce. I know I'm gonna butcher it. So shout out to you though. Those town hall slides, coaches, that you see, that great template was given to me by Bryce. So big shout out to Bryce from IVA. Idaho's Coach April Van Alsdel. This is her second year with us, and man, does she run an incredible program. She takes care of a lot of students all by herself, and she's just getting better and better being a coach of an esports program. INGDA, Coach Danny, Matt Jung, Helton, Right House, and Gaither. You guys are awesome. I love talking to any of y'all when we do get a chance to talk. From ISKS, Coach Tammy Sheffield. She is just an incredible, beautiful soul. Shout out to you, Tammy. ISPA's Coach Nick Vignone. He is incredible. His Rocket League team is something to work towards if you're not quite at that level. ISPA is a great kind of um, role model to look at. ISWA, the Eagles, Coach Horton and O'Neill. Coach O'Neill, you take care of your chess players so well, and shout out to you, Sean. You have been here since before I was here, and I'm so glad you keep coming back year over year. For the K12 PEA Wolves, I want to say the same thing to Coach Mason Lagenbach and Bradley Ansel. They were here before I was, and they keep coming back, and I really appreciate them. And they did bring on Coach Blosser and Howell to help them out. K12 PEA runs a very, very tight ship. And so I really appreciate everything that they do for their students and all these coaches, right? The Locked Pelicans, John L., you are always on top of everything, and I appreciate you so much for that. And Coach Castillo, your first season with us, shout out to you. Thank you for hopping on and helping out John L. With everything esports related. For the MGLVA Surge, Coach Penn, Trevor, you're incredible, man. Kyle and Shu, you guys take care of the teams you have to take care of so well. You're always on point with communicating with me, and I truly appreciate that. For the MVCA Blaze, it's so cool that both Mr. and Mrs. Stevens do help out and coach some of the games here for the MVCA. What a power couple right there we have. And then Coach Daly with that Valorant team. Shout out to you as well. NCVA, Coach Miller. Coach Miller. You, man, are awesome. I appreciate you keeping me on my toes whenever Valorant updates come and anything along those lines. And your Fortnite team is just incredible. 2HVA, Coach Hanks, Spencer, and Watson. Thank you all so much for working with me throughout the season a whole lot. To Spencer and Watson, you guys, this was your first season, and you seem to pick it up so quick. And so shout out to y'all on that. For the OOS Yetis, Coach Page Mitch, you are the man. This is his second year competing with us here as a coach, and he's really picked it up very well. And is just an all around great human being. For Tiva, always returning and been with us for quite a while. Coach Rosenthal and Bush, Lara, thank you for everything. And to Corey, you take care of those Fortnite kids. Very good, man. You just keep it up. To Vava, Coach Owens, Dustin, and Marshall, keep it up. Obviously, I don't have too much to say. You guys are killing it. To quite a few W's this season. And then lastly, to Wava's coach, Haley Chamberlain. She has probably, if I could guess, either the most or second most students that she does take care of for our esports league, all by herself. She does a fantastic job. And all of her players, all of her teams are incredible. That also is a big shout out to Foster and the team captains that she leans on for her help. And so shout out to you guys, and big shout out specifically to Coach Haley. And so thank you all for bearing with me while I did give a shout out to each and every single one of the coaches. But I felt this was super, super important to do today. Again, students, without your coaches, this is not possible. We would not be doing this. And so I need all of y'all to write a DM or an email, send a written letter to your coaches thanking them, because, again, not possible without them. And I know for a fact they take care of you so, so well. And so, shout out to all my coaches, but we're almost finished here. We got two more awards, all right? So, Best Coach Award. This one is always a tough one to pick. But considering how well they did this season in the playoffs, I think it is pretty evident who this is going to. Shout out to you, Vava Coach Owens. You guys killed it this season, all of your teams. And real quick, I'm going to pause for just a minute here on this slide to talk about some of the things that Coach Owens has been doing on the backside, that also kind of definitely went into him receiving this award here. Vava this year has partnered up with Radford College out there in Virginia. And so, to my knowledge, Radford is running some practices for them, helping out some of their students, helping build those players into even better players, right? They're also streaming some of the matches, which is also incredible. And that right there, just bottom line, is awesome. The very first slide that we had was some of the scholarship awards, right? One of my biggest goals here at the K12 Esports League is to create that pipeline from high school to collegiate. I want to get as many of y'all scholarships as humanly possible. And Coach Owens making that connection with Radford University, it is a big step to that. So, Coach Owens, shout out to you. Best Coach Award for this season, fall 2024, goes to you, Dustin. And last but not least, we do have one more award to hand out. Now, best school, once again, given the placements for this season in the playoffs, should be pretty evident who this is going to. It is going to go once again to Vava Virginia Virtual Academy. You guys participated in almost every single game and were either first place or right on the cusp of it in all of those games. Your Fortnite teams were pretty close up there on the leaderboard. Obviously, your Valorant and your Rocket League teams did win. And then Super Elite from your Smash Bros roster. Man, I was expecting to see them in the grand finals. They did drop a little bit early, but hey, it happens to everyone sometimes, right? But Best School Award is going to Vava this season. Now, that does not take away from how great every single school is, especially, all of our schools that are always in that top three kind of range. But that will do it for the awards today, everyone. So, my last slide here is just thank you for playing with us this season. We're going to see you guys in 2025 for the spring season. We do start on January 13th, so only a couple week break here. I truly hope everyone has a fantastic, happy holidays. I appreciate every single one of you once again. Just a couple of closing remarks here before we do go ahead and end this meeting. I did see the chat going crazy, so I have a couple of questions. Unfortunately, the way that this is run, just not able to answer those as those go through. But thank you all here in the banquet today, going crazy with me. Really, really appreciate that. This league should be all love, all good vibes, all hype, right? And so appreciate the chat being so awesome. Happy holidays to everyone. We're going to see y'all next year. Like I said, I got a couple closing remarks before we come out, since I don't get a chance to talk to you students directly pretty often. And so, number one, kind of want to just shout out my mantra here, and coaches, please take this as well. I want all of y'all, all of our students, all of our players to think about this every day. I want you to just get a little bit better every single day at whatever it is you're doing, whether it's in game, out of game. We are a school league, and so I want you all to keep up on your grades, study hard, do really well, put yourselves put yourselves in a great position to go to college and earn some scholarships. Get better at the games you play. Of course, I am the commissioner of this K12 Esports League, so I want everyone to be at the top of their game always. Again, stay up on your schooling. Listen to your parents, learning coaches, families. This is very, very important. And last but not least, happy holidays. Once again, happy new year. You all take care, and enjoy the break. Be good to your families, be good to yourself, get better this much every single day. And before you know it, you'll be this much better. All right. I believe that's it from me today. I have yapped quite enough. And so I'm going to go ahead and close out this meeting. Once again, thank you, everyone. Shout out to you. Shout out to your coaches. Shout out to any admin and staff members. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but you should also thank your parents, learning coaches, whoever it is that lets you participate in this. Give them a hug. Say, thanks for letting me participate in esports because it is something that you love to do. And unless they were down with you playing video games with me, then you wouldn't be here, right? So big thank yous to your coaches and big thank you to your parents or learning coaches, all right? That's it. I've yapped enough. Like I said, you guys take care. Happy holidays. I'll see you for the spring season, all right?